I have, two final questions before you go, Doctor. The first one concerns, with the recent addition of Real Tamale United, the players would have to be traveling quite a distance. I'm wondering if this affects their playing time and their health.
It does. It does a lot. So if you realize, any team that would have its home venue very far would normally struggle a bit. And the league fixtures don't put, things like that into consideration. I'll just do my mind. If Tamale, Real RT had to travel all the way to BBNE, okay, that's a real journey, okay, and probably you're going to play there, and maybe 4 days after, you're probably going to be playing in Tamale as well. It definitely would have a lot to take, a lot to negatively impact the players. So at this moment, I believe their competent medical bench with the coaches would have to devise a quick way. And of course, I think I heard you ask whether there were options of day flying. All right. I think RTU has some strong men behind the team. So probably this is a good platform to advocate that if they could consider traveling by air for some of their games, it's really, really going to help them. Because if you spend all the time sitting, okay, and traveling for 8 hours, your first training session, if the coaches don't take time and they overpush the players after traveling seated for 8 hours, that first training session, you get a lot of injuries. So it's something that needs to be considered.
Wow, definitely.
Yeah, Doc, you've spoken at length, and then we've learned so much. This is what Warm Up Plus gives you every Saturday morning. Dr. Prince Pambo is our guest this morning for the first section of the show, giving us what we need to know on football injuries and also certain heart problems that players feel. Anila, you have a last question? A last question.
That has to do with the no vaccination, no entry policy, because our colleague Daniel Yeboah was at the Accra Sports Stadium. He spoke to some of the fans, and he said that they said they were not required to show any card. All they had to do was to put on their mask and sanitize their hands. Is that dangerous going into a new season?
So I support that call 100%, that people should be allowed to come into the stadium only when they are fully vaccinated. Football is a very powerful platform we have. We know the national crusade is to fight this pandemic, and some of the preventive protocols includes the vaccination. At first, we did not have vaccines, but now we have abundance of them. The vaccines are working, and they really work. So football just feels that to help, government in this fight, and because we also want to fill the stadia, okay, because government can't allow us to fill the stadia if people are not fully vaccinated. Right. We know people are not wearing the mask. We know people are not socially distancing. Yeah. So if we introduce this other requirement of ensuring that people are full, and in fact, it's actually for your own protection. So I really don't see the problem here. So we would encourage everyone to go for it. I'm sure it's yet to be implemented. The president has said it will be implemented soon.
Doc, thank you so much
for
joining us this morning right here on Warm Up Plus. This is what